But, seriously, no, we criticize it to death. Now, what is a good point, really?
Well, the acting is pretty good. At least there's some good Easter eggs. We got the mother of all Jurassic Park endings.
Yes!
Which actually kind of puts it in tie with the ending of the first one.
Yes. Honestly, how'd you feel when you saw that T-Rex? Finally! You finally saw the T-Rex! The motherfucking T-Rex!
I was like,
oh man, and the T-Rex fight was the not-so-Rex.
Yeah. And I gotta admit, the deaths, the whole with the Pteranodons picking people up, that was actually that was pretty creative. The death of
the nanny
was pretty creative. It was downright scary. But there's another thing I have to address, is that there were a lot of storylines, not plot lines. Plot lines are physical. Storylines are more emotional. There were some storylines that didn't go anywhere. One is that apparently they have a way to measure how many people are in the park. And even before they go on the hunt for the Indominus Rex, Claire looks at it to make sure that they still have the same number of people. I thought that if they showed the numbers going down, that it would bring Jurassic World back to its levels of thrill like it was in the first one.
Yeah. But honestly, one thing was that poked fun at it was what was it? Kids? What number of missing kids? Number of missing parents? What was it? There was a quote. It was about kids in the lost and found. I was like, really? I wonder what happened to their parents. Jump.
Right, and it's nice to know we kind of got a marine dinosaur, which is kind of explained how it still stays on the island. Apparently, they still use a perimeter fence, but it's more like that tracker that they put in. I think it's gives them a shot to make sure that they don't go anywhere.
Now, the question is, how did you get the DNA for that one?
True.
The mosquitoes can't swim underwater.
No. Maybe they suck the blood from the beached ones.
Okay, I can accept that. Now, I gotta poke fun at you. Hey, you paleontologist. When you go making interviews on your website to say this is the most unrealistic dinosaur movie, I'm gonna want to slap you because this was not meant to be realistic at all. This is cloned dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. They're not even real dinosaurs at all.
So
really.
Why are you nitpicking about this?
Again, going to Jurassic Park 3 is that there are some good things about the sequels. I mean, we all want to hate them, but we can't forget there are some good things about them. The one in Jurassic Park 3 is that the skulls of the Velociraptor are actually based on an actual intact skull of a raptor that they found.
Yes.
So yeah, they look like dinosaurs. Genetic wise,
they're not.
They're not because they got genes from other animals. In fact, dinosaurs are actually more closely related to birds than lizards.
Yes, and the reason why they're created the way they were is people expectations. Mm-hmm. People expect dinosaurs to look a certain way. And when I saw Jurassic Park 3 and saw those feather bird raptors, I was like...
Well, they look even more silly than what they actually would look like, which is covered in feathers.
Yeah. So, the park creators are going off of expectations, which, if you want to make a profit, you probably should.
Mm-hmm. Although, I gotta say, I was surprised that Kenny Wu or... Henry Wu is back. Wu. Yeah, he was the doctor from the first movie, in the egg incubation room. He makes a return, and one of the shocking moments is that he's actually helping Vincent D'Onofrio and his group make weaponized dinosaurs.
I thought, I didn't know, well, I couldn't get a characterization read on him in the first movie because he had such little screen time.
Very little screen time.
So, I thought that was just I want to say it's out of the left field, but I can't say that because we didn't know him.
We didn't.
And I didn't want to believe this, really. I thought that was awesome that he was back. Because here's the thing. The funny thing is, back when I was in high school, there was scripts about a Jurassic Park War. People wanted scripts. And one of them actually had, Wu coming back. going back to Isla Nublar, which happened in this movie. Mm-hmm. But he had a larger role. But I can't remember majority of the script, but pretty much that's the basis. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of psyched because returning cast member. And now that I see this, I was kind of disappointed.
I didn't have that kind of knowledge on hand, really. But I gotta say, I was shocked to see that. I mean, yeah, we didn't really get a good read on this guy in the first movie. I mean, it's like he was
just in and out.
He was happy, to be working with John Hammond. I mean, they seem to have a nice relationship.
He looked like a nice guy. So when did he suddenly turn evil?
Must have been after the events of the first movie.
But so synopsis wise, of course, surprise, Rex escapes.
The non-Rex escapes,
and they try to catch her with non-lethal weapons. Should we bet on how this is going to work?
Not good.
Yes. In fact, I love the cinematography of this guy. He was unflinching. He was just as the dinosaur was running at him with jaws wide open.
I was actually there's a lot of this movie that was actually making me laugh, really.
Yes. In fact, I had to wonder, what is the director's spiel against, I don't know, it's like foreigners, like Japanese, Hispanics. Seriously, they get stomped. Like Lost World, that Hispanic is...
Well, this wasn't the same director.
No, that's why I said directors.
I don't know why.
It's like, we're gonna stomp the crap out of you.
Yeah. So they find the not T-Rex, and they, he, beats the bad guy, beats the troopers with ease because they use non-lethals.
Yeah, even Chris Pratt called it out on this.
Mm-hmm. And all while this is happening is that the two boys. All right, there are two boys. Oh yeah, two boys in the.
What's one of their names? Gray.
Gray and
Blue.
Blue is the raptor.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why did it have color-coded names in this movie? I wonder.
I don't know. Well, because Blue. I don't know. Blue is a little less silly than calling her Bravo or Beta.
Yeah. Huh.
But anyway, yeah. They get in this ride, which is a bunch of gyrospheres, which, kind of recreating the feeling of the first movie with the,
rides.
With the rides. But there's no tracks. It's all driven manually.
I can't see anything about this going wrong at all.
Yeah. Oh, so they see an open fence, that looks like it was ripped open, but they decide, yeah, let's go in. And not too surprisingly, they run into the not T-Rex.
But I had to give it credit. Hey, come on, there's 4 dinosaurs right in front of us. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Reflection. Bravo.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of another callback to the first movie, with the whole the mirror reflection.
Yeah.
And but again, there's Easter eggs to the first movie that it just makes it kind of funny, like when they're flipped upside down and they're like arguing and then they stop and they look in front of them and then there's that eye looking at them. It looks scary, but because it's a callback, it's just kind of funny to me.
Yeah. But so, do you think this movie should have had less callbacks, or?
I don't really know. I don't really know.
But how'd you feel when they went to the first command center?
The first command. Oh god.
My god! I saw that banter on the floor, covered with leaves.
Yes, we saw the bones. We saw the goggles. We saw the mural of the Velociraptors.
It was like euphoria. And then they found the Jeeps. The Jeeps! The Jeeps that I want today. Seriously, those are the cars that I would rant about wanting to own one when I was a teenager. My dad didn't want me to have one because most of them were manual.
Mm.
And he never taught me how to drive a manual, so...
I think I failed that course in driver's ed.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I probably won't get one anytime soon, but it was... Though I have to wonder if those Jeeps are manual, how do those kids know how to drive a manual Jeep?
I really don't know. Maybe Hammond spared no expense in making them automatic.
Probably. But, no, that makes me question, why the hell did he leave the visitor center?
Why did they leave the visitor center?
Like,
if Claire is trying to make sure that everyone forgets the events of the first movie, although then again, there was 12 years had passed since the first movie?
Yeah.
It was destroyed by a hurricane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe that...
What, covered in the forest and they couldn't find it?
They couldn't...
So they couldn't...
There was so much destruction they couldn't find it, and then eventually, vines and leaves started growing. So they couldn't find it.
Okay, so when they're making park construction, they couldn't accidentally run into it?
Probably not. I mean...
And the chances of these boys finding it, of all things...
Now are we really going to nitpick? Because really, I'm okay with it just because I'm willing to accept it because, nostalgia.
I know. But that just leaves another thing. Did they actually discover Nedry's Jeep?
No, I don't think so.
Or the body?
I don't think so. No, I don't think they did. There was actually a part in the script where they actually found the can of Barbasol from the first movie, but it was cut.
Oh.
I don't know if it was filmed or not, but it was a subplot that never happened now. That's the one plot thread that really is the biggest mystery of all.
Do they ever find out?
Yeah, do they find that can of shaving cream?
I mean, the game answers it, but I don't know if the game's now canon. No, it's Jurassic Park, the game, for the 360. And...
You said that they blew up the island?
Yeah, they kind of napalmed it.
Napalm. Okay, that's just using fire.
I don't know. They said bombing, and I'm not sure if it was napalm or what kind of bomb.
But
I'm guessing.
Now, when you said it destroyed the island, is that now no longer on the face of the earth?
No.
It's still standing?
It's still standing, though I'm guessing they had to spare a lot of expense to plant some trees.
Probably.
Though, then again, if that was the case, that visitor center should not be there.
That visitor center?
That old visitor center?
Okay.
If they bombed that island, it shouldn't be there.
Alright. So, moving on. The kids fix a Jeep because apparently sometime they never really showed it. They actually fixed their grandpa's car.
Yeah.
Not a single photo of that. They didn't show it. We just have to expect that they know how to fix cars.
Informed ability.
Mm-hmm.
And then
so they get back to the park just as the Indominus Rex, trashes the aviary that has all the pteranodons that now flies over and picks off the visitors one by one.
Yeah, but that poor nanny. Do you think she deserved being eaten by the water fish?
I don't know. It was shocking and very creative, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But was it deserving? Was it as deserving as Nedry being poisoned by the Dilophosaurus? Or as the lawyer being thrashed and torn in half by the T-Rex?
Nah. Maybe. I kid. Then again, if we asked if every person killed by a dinosaur deserved it, we wouldn't have a dinosaur movie.
Probably.
But, to be honest, I was loving the banter between Claire and her sister about why she isn't with the kids.
Yeah, that's another storyline that just goes nowhere. That's another storyline. Even after they reunited, I kind of expected her to hug the kids, but no, she's grabbing them on the shoulder, saying "You're okay." It's I'm still professional. Fuck you, lady. Give them a hug. You don't know these kids at all.
You don't even know their names.
You don't even know how old they are. You treat them as strangers. Okay, I know this is a trademark of Spielberg. Broken families and absent fathers. But, that works. It works in his movies, but you can't really feel any kind of emotional growth from these characters if they don't actually grow. A freaking hug. Hugging them.
A hug is 1,000 words.
Yes.
Though
it would have shown that she's now taking an interest in them, actually thinking about them instead of the park.
Yes. Though I do have to give her credit when she's what does that mean? I'm ready. Comedy.
Yeah, we do got the banter between Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard was pretty good.
Yeah.
Good. Did they really? Okay, I gotta bring up that nostalgia critic I'm actually kind of surprising that we went like, how long? 45 minutes! Holy shit, 45 minutes without...
New record.
Without mentioning nostalgia critic. In fact, this is actually a new record for any vlog that we've made.
Holy crap. Right.
Did they really need to have a romance plot? Was it really necessary?
I don't know. But then again, I think it's just a common thread nowadays of movies having subplots that go nowhere.
Yeah. Or even just having romance subplots, even though they don't really need them.
Yeah. Though,
it kind of would have been nice if they were if they're just friends, but no, they gotta get together.
Yeah. Though, one thing though. Did you think of How to Train Your Dragon 2 with that Indominus Rex?
Yes, I did. I knew that even when the Velociraptors, when they finally use the Raptors to find the Indominus Rex. I'm sorry, the not T-Rex.
Yeah.
And it turns out that dinosaur is part Raptor and is now like the new Alpha. Yeah, I was thinking exactly How to Train Your Dragon 2. I knew that that the Raptors would not harm Chris Pratt. They wouldn't harm Owen because they did. It's the exact same thing that we saw in How to Train Your Dragon 2. When they say that you establish trust between the dinosaurs, and that eventually is what keeps you safe.
Yeah, but even that is at limits, especially when Chris Pratt had to say that poor worker that fell into the cage.
Oh, jeez, Oh, yeah.
And he told that black guy to shut the cage.
Mm-hmm.
And he just had to barrel roll out of there as the cage...
A la Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Which might be why...
And that just proved that even then, if he has to trust still, they're not tamed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm surprised. It's very inconsistent about these raptors.
I know, but really, it just all comes together right at the end.
If the one thing
the Rex is still causing all this destruction, so what's the one thing that can help them?
The T-Rex.
The motherfucking T-Rex.
No, that's the only thing that this movie does right is the ending. The ending of how to end your movie. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing I really liked about this movie was it had that one ending I wanted.
It had the same spirit as the first movie, as it had a Tyrannosaurus and a Velociraptor
fighting,
but they're fighting together against the not T-Rex.
And then the Mosasaur joined in the fun. And
yeah,
and it was like
it gives the finishing blow. It felt like a little.
I was disappointed.
A little disappointing, but it was cool. At least, it's kind of funny, really.
So I have to wonder, what kind of glass did he use to contain that thing?
Plexiglass, maybe.
Fuck that not Rex destroyed that gyrosphere.
What, it was supposed to be made of like plexiglass or something.
So what? That thing swimming at full speed cannot make a dent?
Probably not. I don't know. It
might give it a headache.
It's best not to think too hard on this movie.
I might get a migraine.
And so yeah, the Rex and the Raptor stare at each other
and then give a nod.
And to really give the best and really to end it all, really, is you don't have the characters flying off into the sunset like in the first movie. You don't see dinosaurs flying off like in the third movie. You get the T-Rex roaring from the highest point of the island, and then
the king is back.
Just fades to black.
The king is back.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, one point of, as I mentioned, Claire thinking about releasing the T-Rex only after Gray, like, we need more teeth! I'm like, that's how you get more teeth. And then, surprise, she uses a flare.
Yep.
That goddamn flare is the T-Rex's weakness. Ooh, something shiny.
Yeah, that too. And I also kind of love the Easter egg, how the T-Rex just, crashes through the Spinosaurus skeleton.
Kind of like a fuck you, 3.
Yeah.
You know, we all know how he felt in number 3. We were pissed.
It was pissed. Yeah, number 3 had potential, but it didn't go nowhere. Just wanted to, say that Spinosaurus is the new T-Rex.
No, you just don't do that.
Yeah, not good storytelling with that one. But moving back, honestly, Jurassic World. So I'm glad I saw it.
So thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways, thumbs upwards, downwards, whatever.
Okay, I guess in terms of the whole franchise, it is the second best of the franchise, which is not really that It's not that hard. It's not that hard, really. I mean, the acting is done pretty well. I mean, the ending is like oh, and honestly, even if they do make more sequels, they at least left it ambiguous enough. I mean, we don't know what happened to Wu.
Yeah, but I want to say, stop here. This is the point of no return. You can't do any more with this franchise. If you want to leave on a good note, stop it here. Please. I don't want to see soldier dinosaurs. That's just bad call. Would you want to see that?
But no, I wouldn't. But how are you going to end it now? I mean, I don't think people are going to go to Jurassic World anymore after what happened.
Yeah, this is why I say end it right there. It's done. It's done for good.
Or if you do make sequels, at least give us a new kind of theme instead of science versus nature. How about having someone who actually lived with the dinosaurs and actually lives among them? Kind of like Grizzly Man. That kind of thing. Yeah,
Grizzly Adams had a beard. Grizzly Adams did have a beard. Grizzly Adams.
Yeah, but show how man can actually coexist with nature. Or something. I don't know what you can pretty much do with genetically cloned dinosaurs.
But do something other than The Lost World or The Park.
Yeah.
We already had 2 movies of The Lost World. We already had 2 movies now of The Park.
Yeah, man is bad. Nature always wins.
Yeah.
Give us something new. We don't know what, which is kind of the whole point. We don't know what we want until we get it. We just know we don't want to see more of the same things you've been giving us since the first movie.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I was not expecting Oscar material, but hey, it's a popcorn flick, and it gave me what I wanted: dinosaurs. Gave me what I wanted: people dying. And it gave me what I wanted: the motherfucking T-Rex.
All right.
So I'd give it a pass.
Alright, yeah, I guess I'd give it a pass too. I mean, I think they knew they weren't going to be as great as the first movie, because the first movie was just groundbreaking and everything.
In fact, it didn't invent CGI, but it proved to people that how great CGI could be, and to the point that it's now redundant.
I get, if you do make sequels, here's some advice. 1, use more animatronics and less CGI. It really adds to the whole wonder and majesty of what Jurassic Park really is.
In fact, that would help with your close-up shots with your animatronics, because that's what he did. Most animatronics of the close-ups were animatronics. The close-up shots are animatronics.
Yeah. In fact, even a simple, even with, you can even have animatronics and CGI within the same
frame.
Not the same frame. That wouldn't work. Not the same frame. Within the same shot, actually, would happen. In the first Jurassic Park, just before when Lex finds the flashlight, you see the T-Rex bump the car with its head. That's an animatronic, and then the camera pans down, and the T-Rex is out of frame, and then when it walks back into frame, that's a CGI dinosaur.
But honestly, I was so excited after watching it.
I was so excited too. I went to Walmart and bought the Blu-ray collection.
But I don't think I have any more to give.
Neither do I. So
I mean, we can nitpick at all the things that went wrong, but I think we've done enough.
I think so. Bottom line is Jurassic World. It is the second best. It is good. I am actually I actually can't wait to buy it on Blu-ray.
No, just one thing I want to add. What do you think of those people who are bashing it to hell and saying it's a horrible movie?
Then they must be the so-called purist.
Because, like, I'm not going to discredit the nostalgia critic. I respect his opinion.
Yes.
But when you got people saying that it was a shitty movie that never holds up a candle to number one, I have to ask the question, why are you comparing it? You can't... It's hard to beat the original.
Well, one, it's actually fun. Well, because it's fun to compare things.
Yes.
But when you treat like one specific entry in a franchise as like the holy fucking Bible Grail Ark of the Covenant kind of thing, then yeah, I hate purists. I hate people who call themselves purists. It's really just it's a nice way of calling yourself an asshole.
Yeah, especially with all those people who were bashing Indiana Jones 4.
I know.
I think that was a great movie. But...
Yeah, I mean, I don't own it yet, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it as like in the same spirit as the first three.
Yeah, but getting off track.
Yeah, getting off track. So yeah, Jurassic World, not as good as the first one, but still pretty good. I mean, the design of the park is pretty good. Yeah. I mean, the acting is pretty spot on, and you know the chemistry between
Bryce and
Chris is pretty good. I mean, I could have done without the whole romance subplot, really, and just have them be, have a mutual respect for each other. I mean, that's what it looked like in the first place. I mean, I see dinosaurs as living, breathing animals. I see dinosaurs as just data.
Yeesh.
That would have been enough, really.
Yeah.
Not this whole, we used to date.
Yes, and you showed up at our date wearing khaki shorts. What do you expect? It's a Panama!
It's the Panama, it's the 90s. It's the Panama in the 90s.
I don't think you're going to want to wear anything other than that.
I wouldn't. I mean, I'm wearing shorts right now. It's freaking in the 90s right now here. And we don't have a fan going.
Yes, and it's Iowa of all places, not the freaking Panama. But, honestly, I can't add anything else to this.
Neither can I, so, yeah. So, what...
Without further ado, I give Jurassic World my blessing.
I give it a thumbs up. Oh, yeah, that's all we have to say for it, and...
Till next time.
Mm-hmm.